Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to a PBTV. I'm Stu, and we're live on Facebook and YouTube. So we constantly get asked about DMR platforms, how to make them, how to turn guns into them, etc. But I thought I'd bring one out that is basically a DMR out the box, and probably one of the best out the box DMR platforms available. So this is the KJ Works KC-02. You might have seen these before, but there's a few little different features on this. We'll go through its features, what it's capable of, and what you can do with it. But if you've got any questions, please drop them down below. We'll flash them on the screen and make sure we get it answered as quickly as possible. So the KC-02 is a gas blowback platform, so there's no batteries. The gas is stored in the magazine, but we'll start at the front and work our way back. The little cap at the front here does unscrew, and it is a 40mm counterclockwise thread, so you can put all your sneaky beaky bits on there, your tracer units, your Spitfires, anything like that, and make this thing start shooting laser beams. Coming back, we do have two fixed sight posts, so the pin sight post at the front and the aperture one at the back. Stephen Higgins, do you stock spare mags for this? Yes, so these landed with us, I think, yesterday. These have been booked in and are on the website now. The mags have been delivered. They're just working through the delivery, and they will be available very, very soon. We have the gas ones and the CO2 ones. The difference that you'll find is in the box, this is a 22-round magazine. The ones that we have extra are 30 rounds, so they're a little bit longer, and I think they're the straight versions. But we have the green gas versions and the CO2 ones available. So the optics come on this out the box. Pin sight at the front that is adjustable for elevation, and the aperture sight at the back that is adjustable for windage. You also have a night and day variant of it, so there's a large hole, and if you spin it back, there's a small hole. They're meant to be night and day different apertures, but 9 times out of 10 in Airsoft, you're just going to leave it on the night version. It's a wider aperture, easier to see through, easier to see the pin, and you're not trying to be overly accurate with iron sights. You're just trying to get a bit of a sight picture. If iron sights aren't what you're after, and on a DMR, it's probably not the go-to choice. You do have a full section of RIS, only broken up by the hop wheel here. So you've got plenty of real estate for magnified optics, short dots, holographics and magnifiers, PEC boxes, lasers, rangefinders, anything like that will fit on this. But there is a slight gap and a place that you sort of need to leave open for accessibility. You don't need to be able to get to the top of it, but it's good to be able to get to the side. So turning this clockwise applies hop, turning it anti-clockwise removes hop. It is a TDC style system, so it is very, very accurate, being able to hop very, very heavyweight BBs very nicely. Other rail sections that we have, you'll see that the rails are covered on this. These have little leaf springs in them. Press that, not very easily with my left hand. Press it, and it slides off, and you will find underneath about a 4 to 5 inch rail section here. So you've got RIS on the right, left, and bottom. So you've got bipods. Again, some people like to mount a PEC box on the side of these, rangefinders, anything like that, to make your life easier when you're running something that has a minimum engagement. So there, you also have the sling point on the front. There's one there, and the counterpart to that is actually on the stock rather than on the receiver. So you can sling this, and especially if you're running a platform like this that has a minimum engagement, whether or not it's 10, 15, 20 meters, depending where you're playing, you're going to have a platform, either a pistol, something under that 350 FPS to be able to engage someone that gets a little bit too close. These things are amazing, range is amazing, consistency is amazing. But you've just got to factor in that you can't use these when someone gets too close. Out the box, these are they're coming in about 380 FPS, roughly, plus or minus like 5%. But that's on Neutral 1.0, so we have to recommend that you keep to that super, super low power gas. If you start sticking ultra rare or Neutral 2.0, anything higher than that, you're going to go way beyond that 400, and you're just not going to be able to use it. You're going to start over racking the bolt and damaging the internals, just purely because of the amount of power that you're putting through it. So please, please, please make sure you're running it on like Neutral 1.0. Keep it under that 400 for our power limits, and you will be good to go. So the magazine and controls on this, there is a little lever just behind it there. Push that forward, and the magazine does drop out. So as I was saying, this is a 22 round magazine that comes with it, and it simply attaches in. It's very similar to like an M4. You don't have to roll it in or anything like that. It just clicks straight up and in. Charging it, obviously, by the bolt, and with it being a gas blowback platform as well, once you put the mag in, you do have to charge that first round. Unlike M4s and certain other platforms, when this is empty, it will lock back. There is no bolt release or anything like that. The only way that you can release the bolt is whether a fresh mag or with it empty, you simply rack it again. And then you can either put your next mag in, rack it, and with BBs in, it will put the next one into the chamber and you are good to go. Paul, is there any difference between this one and the ASG version? So immediately out of the box, the mag is slightly different. So it comes with the 22 round Diddy mag rather than the long straight one, and the sights are different. Apart from that, I don't know if there's any different because it is the KJ Works variant, this one. Kenneth, not been a while since I've seen you. It's a real underrated little pew pew. Love it. It had... you actually had missed it. Yes, I know a load of people that have got these, tricked them out to the absolute eyeballs. There's loads of aftermarket parts for them, and you can just have this as a sole platform. Run it as a DMR. You can even run these as snipers if you lock it off and remove the semi-auto side of it, so you have to rack it every single time. But out of the box, they are semi-auto, so it has to be DMR. So it has to be underneath that 400 FPS or 1.49 joules. And you're good to go. And with the barrel, I mean, it's a 390mm inner barrel on this. It is a tight bore, so it's 6.03 tight bore. You've got the ability to put a can on the end or a tracer unit or anything like that. So it's got all the tricks out of the box, but you can just keep going with it, and have this as your collection rather than loads of different ones. So coming back to controls, above the trigger, you might not be able to see it there, but there is a little... circle just there. That is your safety, so that's on safe, and now that's on fire. The pistol grip is a gas blowback style pistol grip, so it is just screwed underneath. So if you wanted to swap it out, you can do that with anything else that is gas blowback, PTS or anything like that. And again with the stock, same as any M4, it's got an M4 style stock tube, so you can swap it out to any other CTR, EPS, anything like that looks really, really cool on these. And it is a 6-position stock, so the guys that have big, long, gangly arms like me, you've got plenty of adjustment on this. When it's fully collapsed like this, I think it's around sort of 78-ish, 80 centimeters long. If it's all the way out, it goes out to about 87, 88-ish centimeters. So it is a long platform, but again, with it being a DMR or a sniper, you're going to be static with this. But it does quite match for that recon style of gameplay as well, if you wanted to keep moving forward, be at the front line, even though you are running a long-range platform. So that anyone that has just joined us, I'll quickly go over a few of its features again. If you've got any questions, please drop them in the comments and we'll flash it up and make sure it gets answered. So the main thing that we need to cover on this one is, out the box, you have to run these on extremely low power gas. So us testing it just before we're going live, we had to put Nuprol 1.0 gas in it, and we got 380 FPS out of that. If you start throwing ultra rare or anything more powerful than that, you're going to go over the DMR limit and not be able to use it. You're going to be creeping beyond that 400 FPS, and no site's going to let you use that. Even with it being semi-auto, you've got to stick under that 1.49 joules. So it does have a 14mm thread on the front of it, so you can put your tracer units and anything like that. Inside the outer barrel here, you'll have a 390mm inner barrel, 6.03, so it is a tight bore. It's going to be really, really accurate and very, very consistent over insane ranges for this thing, and that is assisted by the top-down hop. So a top-down hop is a straight bolt going straight in, so when it is putting a pressure on, it's not having to do it by a lever or anything, it's just putting it directly onto the hop, and it is extremely, extremely consistent. Clockwise, just screws it in, and it is on a detent, so you can hear it clicking, meaning it's locking it in place, and it just means that you can throw some very, very, very heavyweight BBs down this and know that the hop is going to apply it really, really nicely. Comes with a 22-round gas magazine that you can release by the little lever behind it. Safety can be found just in front of the trigger here, and it does come with iron sights out the box, pin at the front, aperture at the back, and are adjustable for elevation and windage. The pistol grip can be swapped out for any gas blowback style pistol grip that you want, again with the stock as well, 6-position stock that can be adjusted. So that is the KJ Works KC-02. These have just landed with us, and the magazines will follow very, very shortly. Hope you've enjoyed that, and we hope that you can get out this weekend and play. If you can't, just enjoy whatever you're doing. I'll be back Monday at 4 p.m, and I hope you can join us there then for another standard live stream. As though you want to talk about, drop us a message on Instagram, and we'll rapidly throw it to the top of the list. So if that's everything, I'll catch you in a bit.